Oh, yeah! Welcome back, all you four-color funny book aficionados. This is USComics Cast, HQ for all things comic book connected. We are John and Charlie Rivera, the co-founders of the one and only USComics. Charlie, happy comic book day on a Thursday, because now that's how we fucking do.
Happy Comic Book Day on a Thursday to you and to all of you listening and watching along. As always, we are brought to you by Bad Mary Band and Sergeant Finesse Gaming. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get the party going like D23 lasts all month long.
I know you are desperate to launch into the topic, and granted, we have a lot to fucking cover, but I do want to acknowledge the obvious. Ooh, I got that newsy cap on today because we are going into the final week of about, I forget, the
200 weeks?
It was about 52, 53 weeks. Thank you for stealing my joke ahead of time. What if she's a pit? Super excited. It was a great run, but I am ready. I am ready to close that son of a bitch and move on to the next. And just a very fucking crazy, hectic, full week.
I mean, your weeks have somehow gotten, I suspect, more artistically fulfilling, but your lifestyle has stayed as busy as you run it. You're one of those cats. You're just a 10-hour a day, 6 days a week guy.
Look how much stuff you have coming up and going on.
That's true. You can catch me this weekend at Long Island Tropicon. We're giving away money. Cash money.
Right.
We are. We're going to give half to charity. We're going to give half to the people. $5 gets you in to win. We're going to have all sorts of shit. I got t-shirts finally. People have been asking me for t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm those people.
I have in your size. So I know I have some sales already. Are you ready to announce your next show, though? No. It's not a Disney show, but the fact that
I will do so. I will handle my calendar, sir. I appreciate it, but you handle your business.
Do you think we're going to get, just because it is very Disney, do you think we're going to get a Newsies reboot at some point? Or are they going to let Batman stay
at some point,
forever? Of course.
I mean, I think everything. Honestly, that's an entirely different conversation. We have they'll never reboot, blah, blah, blah. And then some jabroni is just going to come up and smack us back into reality and explain just exactly, not just how, but why said thing will be rebooted.
As a teaser for a future episode, do you have one in your head, like an unpopular reboot you want?
That I want?
That you want, that maybe society would...
I don't want any of them rebooted. Zero.
Fair enough.
Zero. I could have lived with the fucking 94 Fantastic Four forever.
You're like, put that on a big screen. It's good. He actually stretches.
Not even. They made it. They made it. Clearly, Charlie is a prime example of why reboots are not necessary.
If anything, I am a soft
Thanks
reboot.
a lot, Mom and Dad.
I'm a soft reboot, despite the dick butt.
What's happening? He's a little soft.
Bushy.
I'm
a bushy reboot.
He's not a soft reboot. He's a fluffy reboot.
Oh, I'll take it. I want them to reboot Star Wars bad.
Well,
we'll talk about it in a future episode, but
like they have in all but name.
Yeah, but they did it wrong. Too many bronze and darks.
Not even that. They're like, oh, so we want to reboot this to keep making more monies, but you know what? We don't want to completely infuriate all the neckbeards out there, so we'll just do the same shit with different names.
What if they redid it? They were like, no C-3PO, we're going right to Jar Jar. That would be how they would do it. They'd fuck it up. We're telling it in order this time. Isn't that exciting? No, it's not. There's a reason those fucking 3 stories weren't told in the first place.
Yeah. To you. Yes, to that. But now, please go ahead and magnificently transition us to the topic at hand.
I had barely shaken off the con crud from San Diego Comic-Con, and Disney was like, we did not get enough Hall H attention.
You didn't even get very far. Like, wow, how many miles is it from San Diego to Anaheim?
I mean, I can't imagine that many. The Mighty Ducks used to skate there.
Granted, like, I understand that California driving is a total disaster.
That's true.
But like, no traffic.
They were like, it's 7 miles. It took 42 days to drive there. but
That's
it
like
technically was.
driving crosstown through Manhattan can either take you 20 minutes or 14 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
And also you get fines all the way every time, like you're in the box.
just
You got tolls if you hit the wrong light. It's a mess.
D23 found me everywhere though. It found me on the YouTubes. It found me on social media. It found me in Fortnite.
It was stalking you.
Fortnite was like, "Hey, you want to fucking watch D23, bro?"
They're just
And I was like,
knocking
"I
on the
don't."
inside of the screen.
They're like, what if you have back bling? It's Logan if he was a banana. I'm like, I don't want that, but I will watch your presentation. I got suckered into the equivalent of like those rental properties where you can only timeshares. Like I'm only allowed to play Fortnite
It's
every
like, hey,
30 months.
I got a free day of skiing. Oh, Charlie, buddy.
Oh, you
no.
called too early.
Oh.
Now you called too late. The excitement around D23 for me was zero because I constantly forget Disney has bought everything I love. So when you're like, we're gonna talk about the Disney parks and the Disney properties, I give this sound effect, and then I'm like, oh no, let me undo that because Star Wars, Marvel, now they've again invaded Fortnite.
Also,
Pixar.
If I may, you are as ride or die
About to be insulting. I feel like.
Nah, you are as ride or die supporter as I think ever has been made. Whether you're talking about people, whether you're talking about properties, whether you're talking about brands. So in your mind, you're like, no, I am Team Universal.
That's true.
I'm a Universal guy. Fuck your Coke. I drink Pepsi. Like
only because of Halloween Horror
That's
Nights.
just, but it could be the most minute, the stupidest, non-applicable reason. You're like
True.
You're Elvis or the Beatles. There is nothing in between.
Yeah.
And God help your soul if you've got the audacity to try to say like, yeah, I like them both. Fuck you, get out of my house.
Pick
Like,
a team. Pick a team.
Unbelievable.
With that being said,
Charlie would open foot kick in the face the soft taco, hard taco, the fucking little girl was like, can we have both? Ese? Charlie like, not today you can't.
not a hate crime on Puerto Rican, just like soccer kick.
She hated it.
So that's amazing. That is officially the way that entire political conversation has to be framed from now on. Like that one person, I'm pretty sure hated it. That it was a crime. Oh, I love that so fucking much. It hurts my soul. But for me, my D23 experience started a very stupid way. It did start in Fortnite, and I sat in a little virtual panel room. John, it felt like I was in what's the fucking Disney film, the Disney Pixar film, WALL-E?
Flubber.
I was one of those fat fucks just like plugged into the fucking horse shit. Because it was like a half hour late.
With my breakfast pina colada. Like, yo, you floating fucking.
First of all, breakfast pina colada sounds fucking dope.
Well, yeah, now it does. Because nobody's got one for me.
But as Daredevil, I sat in a little virtual like Hall H. And I waited 30 minutes for a presentation to start. So the
worst person to sit in Hall H next to is Daredevil. Because he's like, first of all, he's like, hey, what's happening? What are they showing on the screen? Why you come, man? You're taking up a seat unnecessarily. And then while you're sitting there explaining everything to this fucking horned dum-dum, he's also snacking every hot piece that walks past.
Well, that's why he's there. You know he's there just to collect cosplay.
That's his business.
But for me, D23, again, I watched it out of order, started huge for me. Huge Marvel event coming to Fortnite tonight.
Yeah.
That shit starts tonight.
Which, by the way, I noticed a bunch of additional characters that you did not take the responsibility of letting me know about.
Well, I didn't want to ruin.
Truly, I cannot wait for these dum-dums to put on the Mephisto skin and just run around with a walking target. Like, oh, I get a fucking bowl target that's 3 times bigger than anybody else's head. And then also 360. Because everywhere they turn, the target turns with them. Good job, guys. Good job.
That's not Mephisto. Mephisto is the Marvel Devil. You're thinking
of the guy.
Fight Spider-Man all the time.
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Mysterio. Some M word, Mysterio's way.
Oh my God, that's M word is what you call mutants. If you're like a little bit appropriate in the Marvel universe. But no, I'm so excited. I feel like you're going to be annoyed by Gwenpool. You're like Spider-Gwen.
What?
Gwen.
I will not be annoyed.
Oh,
by
you're
Gwenpool.
a Gwenpool fan.
I might put her into action just so I can see her run away constantly.
Respect.
Ugh.
Respect. No, but so I was right out of the gate excited as hell. What was really cool about D23 this year, apparently they did this a ton, was they would announce something and then immediately have for sale something. Who would think that a major evil company would want to steal your money? So I finished the
Crazy.
Fortnite panel and the fucking X-Men, Scott Summers Cyclops, we got Colossus, and we got Jubilee in a 3-pack. Yes, take my fucking V-Bucks. I don't know how much money it's worth.
Can I just say that? So this piece of S-Mart over here, he's like, yeah, so the Cyclops is there. And granted, he does not refer to him as Cyclops. He refers to him as Scott.
We're good friends. We're very close friends.
I was a first name basis.
I was a lonely kid,
bro. If you ask
Cyclops
in the middle of a fight, hey, what's going on with your best fucking Puerto Rican buddy? It's like, oh, who, Charlie? Meow. he would know exactly who you meant.
Scott's my boy,
but then to immediately take my Cyclops anger off the table, he refers to her as Jubilation.
That's a fucking name.
Excuse me,
her
sir.
mama named her Jubilation. I'm gonna call her Jubilation.
Excuse me. You sitting around with the barbershop boys.
Thank you for not ignoring the reference.
So bringing in second place, bringing the most sorrow to my life would be the New York Mets. And there's a certain demographic of Mets fandom that exclusively, not every once in a while, not every in a hey, did you know type of moment, but exclusively and always refers to them as the Metropolitans. And those are the people who I immediately throw my $19 beer in their face. Unbelievable. Oh, Scott, Colossus, and Jubilation.
No respect for I couldn't tell you Colossus' real name.
I
wish I was closer with him.
Peter.
We're not close though. I know. I'm saying I don't feel appropriate.
So you're racist against Russians now, huh?
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
Ever since Rocky IV.
The Wi-Fi buy is gonna have something to say about it. I'll tell you that. Unbelievable.
But I love the timing of it. I love it's so fucking pathetic because it's a thing I would mock and I will in the future mock. The kid loves synergy.
If it was another property, like,
I love when companies that I like team up and they're like D23 Fortnite announcement, Fortnite like fun. Let's fucking go. Because I almost never, when a skin is available in the Fortnite this is a very cool topical show for like a person of my age to be like, let's talk about Fortnite.
See, Fortnite is a game that just came out about a decade ago.
The stupid battle pass, I always get it, and I never wear those skins in real time because only Herbs wear the skins that are new.
It's like walking into a store with an article of their
Gap in a Gap hoodie. You're a piece of shit.
Well, also people are just gonna come up to be like, where the sweatpants aisle?
That might be you having flashbacks of your high school gig. But for me, I bought Scott, and Scott is now my boy. Like I was running around as Daredevil because I'm like Marvel Synergy because I apparently love Synergy this week. But no, the minute I could be Scott Summers,
love Synergy. You just love saying the words.
It's a fun word. There's a Y in it. It's great. But did you have that sort of reaction, or were you like, I don't give a fuck about like if they did a Madden Disney crossover, maybe? But
they have.
Oh God.
No, they have.
The Steamboat Willies.
They've got football players in there.
Amazing. No, I meant in Madden, like a Disney set of skins.
Oh,
like the Steamboat Willies out of California.
I might.
What was your?
Frankly, I'm so fucking dominant that I might just take any goofy on my team just to mix it up.
That's true.
Minnie Mouse just crushed them. Oh, 99-yard touchdown.
What was the first thing of D23 that caught your attention?
What
was the first thing from D23?
Oh, so yours
that caught your attention?
Was Fortnite.
Mine was Fortnite. That was my like intro.
Well, let's take a quick.
This motherfucker got a printer involved.
You know what's big and Madden? Clipboards on the sideline, baby. Let's take a peek.
The Mets really have failed you that much that you've fully embraced football.
I'm living exclusively in the digital sports world.
where the Bills have been brought to their third consecutive
You're
Super Bowl.
welcome, you table jumping through for the muckers. Unbelievable. Yeah,
What's happening now? The hat plus those sound effects plus the clipboard. I should hate it, but I love it.
I'm gonna jump off the board because I don't want to be a Charlie and steal your thunder, fucking guy. So Cyclops is your favorite X-Men? I would have thought it was Storm because Charlie steals thunder like it's his job. First one that caught my eye, Toy Story 5. I am not an insecure man by any stretch of the imagination. I don't give a shit. I have no shame in my game. So I will sit here and proudly tell you, not one, not two, but multiple Toy Story fucking installments have brought tears to these eyes, kid. Oh, man, I was good to my toys. Whereas there are certain monsters that exist in the world that would either inherit said toys, giving them no respect, put no respect on their names, painted them up, markered their faces, just disrespectful shit.
They did look cool.
For me, I treated my toys with respect because I knew if I fucked them up, I won't get new ones.
Yeah, and back then they were all made of like wood and stone. Yeah,
you're gonna be made of wood when I'm done with you, dicing you apart, putting it through the blender. Toy Story 5,
my rope drawn horse.
You know what? You're talking as if Toy Story 4 did not bring Kanunu to the fucking world.
That's what made me cry. I was like, he's fucking even here. Thank you, Disney. Thank you. Everywhere I fucking turn, my boy shows up.
I am so fucking excited. So hold on a second. Let me see if we can get a little details here. Andrew Stanton, Woody Buzz, and the gang. They'll be fighting to stop their new child from becoming an iPad kid. So finally, we have a little bit of look. I mean, if there's the only unrealistic thing about Toy Story is that these rat ass kids were playing with effectively old toys. Now we finally have a little bit of technology.
I love
to factor into the mix and kind of like kind of stir the pot of the toy battles.
Toy Story is not like this sacred thing to me until I'm reminded that it fucking exists.
It's fucking awesome.
Because the amazing thing about what's wrong?
Oh, it's in the comments.
Oh, nothing.
All right.
The fuck was I saying? So Toy Story is not a sacred thing to me, but when it pops up, I'm always so fascinated where you're gonna go because I feel like
I don't know, man.
As far as the legend of Toy Story, you fucking have gone. I thought as far as you could. What I didn't realize is you can go back to the beginning because that what you just said. A new kid has these toys. And a new kid in 2024
toys and also
wouldn't give a fuck about the cowboy. It's such a great way to bring it back to the front.
Toy or an astronaut toy or a fucking whatever, a slinky dog for that matter. A toy is a toy, man.
They're kind of evergreen.
Kids don't give a shit. It's like cartoons. You ever watch like a 2024 kid watching an old school cartoon and just laughing their tiny little bag off? It's amazing. It's so much fun to do. Like you re-experience all the old shit all over again because they're living through new eyes, so to speak. A good friend of mine, Christina's little boy Sebastian, loves Matchbox cars. And I'm like, what? Like there's like a Matchbox car simulation on your phone because you definitely have one. And he's like, man, just driving them shits around, loving life. Laughing.
It's fucking awesome if they're still like $2. Like Hot Wheels, they sometimes do crossovers. Like a Ghostbuster Hot Wheel is $40.
Hot Wheels cost mucho money.
But a generic Hot Wheel does?
I mean, there's no such thing as generic Hot Wheels.
That's true.
That's why they're Hot Wheels, not Matchbox.
I was thinking of Matchbox. I was thinking of poor people shit.
What was the next kind of like? All right, so now Fortnite grabbed your attention.
Yes.
What was the next thing in the pipeline?
I mean, can we go straight to like what blew my fucking hair back?
That's the question. Yes.
John, I had to search for it because it's not officially released. But that Marvel Daredevil panel, reading about it, made me search the dark web to find the most ratty fucking version of this trailer, the like hour it was announced.
The bootleg?
The fucking bootleg of the trailer.
This is coming from a kid who's like, man, I don't want to watch trailers, which are vetted, which are fucking done lovingly.
That's because they want me to watch those. It's when they're like, this is secret just for the audience.
Charlie's that contrarian, like, no, I'm gonna order off the menu. But oh, bitch, this is a pizzeria.
Like you can literally cheese and bread.
You can see everything that we make, man. So I was like, no, I want a little something special. Unbelievable.
John, you sent me an officially released poster.
Yeah.
Of Daredevil having 4 helmets. Classic red on red. 5. Red on red. The yellow still smells like She-Hulk glory.
Oof.
He had
musky.
He had like a red, like a darker red one. Then he had a black one with the red lenses.
Yeah, the stealth suit.
John, I almost pissed my pants. I actively PP'd. John, we were.
I don't know why I had to.
That was very unfortunate for me.
Clearly,
I did not. What does that mean more?
This is nipple level, guys.
Wouldn't that be more fucked up though if like our crotches were in frame, like Spider-Man 2?
No.
That's a deep cut.
It's been done.
John, the Daredevil that we were supposed to get before the writer's strike was a Daredevil show in which he did not suit up in the first 2 episodes. It was a Daredevil show that completely threw away.
What did they think they were? Smallville?
They threw away everything except for the actor who played Daredevil and the actor who played Wilson Fisk. Everything else was going to get thrown away. And instead, because they were unhappy with what they saw when they returned to that project, they returned to Netflix from the Netflix Marvel series were dead. Now they've been recanonized, and then they barely fit fucking as it is. They brought back Foggy. They brought back I forget her name. She dies in one of my favorite issues. Punisher's back. Fucking everything that happened before that I loved
that you
counts.
Mentioned Foggy before Punisher.
That's I love Foggy.
And also there was no Foggy series.
I apologize.
It was very much a Punisher series.
Karen Page, a very important part of that original series. I know. Oh. I just felt bad that I forgot. The idea of this thing I loved. Maybe one day.
She's not on this panel.
As a part-time job, you can pay her to run a D&D game for you. Like she would be the storyteller in your D&D campaign. We should do that. Like that's what I want for Christmas. Not really.
I got bad news.
I imagine it's probably expensive.
You better ask Hanukkah Harry.
Fair enough.
Santa ain't bringing it.
John, the notion of this thing that I had come to terms with is gone. I loved his appearance in She-Hulk, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are like, that's not, fuck yourself. I know more about Daredevil than you. But the fact that they're like, Daredevil was able to have fun in California, but the city's fucked, so he got to put his black tights on, makes me so fucking excited. And from the bootleg trailer I saw, from what I read about what happened at the panel, John, this might be fucking pitch black levels of dark. This seems like a true continuation of the series.
Crazy fucking violent.
I couldn't be more fucking excited if you paid me. I really couldn't. I don't know if you find this because you're a significantly better writer than I am. There's some shit I don't want to touch because I'm like, I enjoy it so much that like, if you let me write my dream Daredevil story, it takes place when he's no longer Daredevil. I can fuck with that world, but I need Daredevil retired and like 65. I need old man Murdoch because I get so much joy.
I'm a better writer, but that was a better thing.
Thank you. I get so much joy out of the Daredevil character. I don't want the opportunity to fuck up. I'll fuck up Turtles. I'll fuck up Ghostbusters. I'm not going to fuck up The Man Without Fear. I just feel like I have something I can offer those, and I feel like I've never been able to offer Daredevil.
This is not an interview. Just
if they're hiring.
Deadpool had his meeting with Happy. This ain't it for you, man.
Fair enough.
All right. So but I do feel that if someone had interviewed you a week beforehand, you're probably gonna like that Daredevil shit, right? You're like, yeah. They could have done anything. They could have put a propeller on his fucking Daredevil being in trouble. Like, man, no.
Do you remember the trial of the Incredible Hulk?
Yes.
That Daredevil I thought was dope.
That's
Like,
fair. That's
I'm
fair.
a Ben Affleck Daredevil fan.
So
I will argue with anyone who wants to have the argument. The director's cut's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's not. But that all being said, this transition is
Oh shit! I forgot to tell you. Fuck you.
this transition is shit that you're like, nah, fuck that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But then you're like, no, wait a second though. To me, Star Wars has taken more fucking lumps than when Bugs Bunny stepped into the ring with the Karasha. Amazing episode, by the way. Watch that shit.
Oh.
I could not have given two shits less about Skeleton Crew. But that done changed, done did it.
Right.
Skeleton Crew, which is another installment in the TV show chapter of the Disney era of Star Wars storytelling, has a legitimately interesting story to tell. So let me regale you, fine folks. Skeleton Crew is set during the New Republic era, the best era, the years after Return of the Jedi, and based on its plot synopsis, will be about 4 kids lost in the galaxy trying to make their way home. Jude Law is also set to make his debut in the galaxy far, far away, this time as a Force user named Jad Na Nawad. They didn't really work too hard to get like, so your name is Jude. Nah. We also get a first look.
Jude now.
We also get a first look at what the suburbs look like in the Star Wars universe.
That was the first image I saw.
Yeah, based on the trailer shown at D23, the show is heavily inspired by classic Steven Spielberg films like E.T. and Hook. You've stop talking. This is a great this is great advice. Follow me for more tips and trips. So trips and
I like tips and tricks.
tricks. Hey, well, if your tips are good, the tricks are right behind.
Oh
more
boy,
tips
that just got sexy.
and more tips and tricks, because if you're selling something and I'm like, oh, here it comes, do this, it does that, mix julienne fries. When you see this face, shake, yes. Stop selling. They could have stopped that shit 2 seconds into. I'm like, yep, okay, no, you got me. We've been paying for our fucking our Disney fucking Disney subscription anyways, not watching any of it. We're actually gonna utilize it for this shit. This show looks great. The context sounds outstanding, and
dude, space hijinks, Stranger Things in space.
I mean, look, they're clearly coming at it from the right direction. It's different, which people, from on both sides of the aisle, so to speak, have been clamoring for. It's interesting to anyone who, was a child at some point and has any taste in good storytelling, because Spielberg is the king.
Yeah,
is just the king.
Minus that one robot movie he made that people appreciate, but I still don't. I will see your Star Wars. Yeah, I thought
revisit it.
Sure, Jude Law. I think Jude Law's in that. I hate you. I will see your Star Wars, and I will raise you way more generic Star Wars, because some generic Star Wars is great. Get a bib for Grogu. Shine up your Mandalorian armor. Mandalorian and Grogu is not only already shooting, they had some shit to show at D23, and we obviously didn't get to see it. But you know what them having shit to show tells me?
They're perverts.
Yes, and it's real sets. You got a puppet Grogu. You got Mando suited up and ready to go, because you have to have shit to show shit. And even the quickest fucking digital effects team cannot work that fucking fast. We have
but also for the fact that this is not a show.
This is
a movie.
There's something about, and I love, this is something where you and I actually divide a little bit, I think, because you are able to fully enjoy a story however it gets delivered. Like someone could just do it with shadow puppets.
Smart.
And I hate your guts. I think there is something to the big screen experience. I think there is something oh wow, with the fucking bunch of
You know that you can make and eat popcorn at home, right?
What?
Yeah, no, I know.
Huh?
We'll get into
holy
it.
shit, this is crazy. But there's just something, I love these fucking characters. We've talked about it on the podcast before. The first, I've always liked Star Wars. There are characters from Star Wars I love. The first thing that ever was like, holy shit, I get Star Wars now. I get why people like the like little side jokes that always happen. I get why people like fucking Jedi. So was Mandalorian season 1 and 2,
because you saw yourself in Grogu.
I fucking was like, I too enjoy cookies too.
I am also a baby Yoda.
And I'm like, he's kind of old, but he's like, everyone treats him like a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You've never seen his feet.
even though some people like imply they're below the screen, wouldn't that be fucked up if I was just a torso? Like, I'm just a really elaborate puppet
I'm
combo.
still not sure. I'm still not sure.
But you know, the truth is, with those two great tastes of Star Wars being offered, you got the new freshness that's a throwback to the old somehow. You got the new that again has been a TV series. Like, we've seen all the tricks, but like,
Also, not to kind of double back on my good taste, also in the New Republic era. Just putting that out there. We might be noticing a little pattern evolving here.
What if fucking the show ends with like, if only someone could save us, and the ship shows up and like, fucking fooled you. It's both.
Fooled
The truth is, if D23 didn't offer you something that made your little Star Wars heart grow a little bit, then I think you're a fucking liar.
Yep.
Just like that piece of garbage,
I didn't even see
George Lucas.
Basically, I'm Matt Murdock in this one because I did not see that coming.
Why, John?
Because Han Johnson, play the video.
Because
God damn it, son of a! Can't do it with my right hand.
I am isolating that footage.
Yoink!
Hi, Derek on YouTube.
Derek, call now.
Derek, help us.
Holy shit! Try pushing me.
I did. That was my goal. See, if you had Mandalorian armor, you wouldn't look like such a sissy.
If I was a
You
man,
would
I wouldn't look like such a sissy. You know what? Sure, yeah.
Oh, my insides are warm now.
Yeah. It's just pushing all the anger and despair just right down along with my kidneys. Super duper. But also, if science can't help us, we have one other option: magic. Woo! Agatha all along. You want to talk about a banger? Yeah, she's a lovely performer. Yeah, but we're saying keeping it above board because we are classy individuals. When I mean banger, I mean a banger that we listen to, the Ballad of the Witches Road. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I absolutely love when established continuities, and I say that with no hint of a multiverse involved. A storyline that we are following singularly has a continuation and also mixes it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I would say, and would be very much in the majority to say, that WandaVision was a different feeling installment in that singular storytelling that Phase 1 began with us. We were following a simple story, but it was interesting, and it was
a justified left turn a little bit, right?
Well, no, I don't think it was a turn at all. What it
flavor?
It was that, like, hey, you remember all this shit that happened, and we insisted you pay very, very close attention to? Boom. So this was, it was a different road, it was a different vibe, it was a different feeling, but it was 100% a continuation of that story. It was just like a prism. You were seeing it through glasses that were different, gave you a different view of the same shit. Agatha all along is adjacent to the WandaVision line, but still in that same line. Charlie, I'm so interested in that type of stuff. These are the type of things that, let's give the benefit of the doubt and say that the Marvel continuity, that it was still hanging around 10 years from now, 15 years from now, this is the type of shit that they would go back to, say, hey, you know what would be cool?
Yeah.
Let's tell a side story that with Agatha. Remember Agatha? Oh my God. This is exactly what this is. It's two concurrent but adjacent storylines over, and I'm just fucking all for it. Did you like Agatha's work in WandaVision?
I think she's brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen
that guy. I mean the character though.
Yeah, I thought that show wound up taking like a real fucking twist for me. Because again, I'll never deny when I was fucking wrong. When I first saw WandaVision's first episode, I was like, I don't know if I could stomach 6 episodes of this. Like that, I got the joke. I liked the joke.
What joke?
Well, I liked the setup.
I think
we didn't know what the
we
twist
learned
was.
Ultimately, like that was no joke. There were some people just
Yeah,
zombie walking through the
well,
ship.
but
like, I don't get the joke.
I think what was masterful about WandaVision, and it's kind of that like breath of fresh air that I think Marvel needed at the time, and definitely I think needs still, is you sometimes need to go off the traditional path and be able to have some fun. The Agatha All Along trailer, every trailer they've released, because the fear is that people won't give a fuck. Like you could just tell when Disney thinks people are gonna go and when they don't. So with Agatha All Along, I think they're on trailer like 4. And because
but
I'm
it was
not
nothing like what was shown at D23.
But like but each
they just showed them witches titties.
John, go one more time.
Yeah.
I have to leave the show. I
did not
investigative journalism.
You didn't see that trailer?
Each trailer has been better than the one before. Each one has set it up, but also this feels once again much like, in my opinion, even though it wasn't as successful, you can't argue that like something like Falcon and the Winter Soldier looked like a grown-up show.
Yeah,
it did not look like they were talking down. It didn't look like we were watching something for kids that maybe we'll be able to enjoy.
Yeah. There were no extended scenes with Falcon or Winter Soldier's parents. We're like, oh yeah, you gotta make sure.
It's okay.
Come on, please.
It can't hurt you.
No.
That's
still
Ms.
on.
Marvel
That's
can't hurt you.
still
Can't hurt you.
A little jerk.
I think what's really great about this is like, it's a mystery. I understand what they're going for. They have literally said what her goal is for the show, and yet with the introduction of these,
forming a coven that consists of 2 of the baddest bitches to ever lace them up in this day and age. Patty LuPone,
what the
who will
fuck?
Stop the show mid-note to yell at you in the audience when you have paid $250 a seat. You will get chastised by this bitch, and also as well as the baddest bitch on legs, Aubrey Plaza. Are you kidding me? That's the craziest coven I have ever even
it's
heard
basically
of.
a cheat code. Those are 2 names you like in case of emergency break glass. Not to mention, again, I think it's one of those times it just feels like they're set up for success.
Yeah.
And also when you talk about that versus the Daredevil show, we have 2 shows completely worlds apart.
That was a very Kanunu moment.
Sorry. Like they're very worlds.
Sorry, we got beach hair.
They're worlds apart, and yet both fit. It's like if you love Marvel and you want to, and like also, I couldn't help, and this is so fucking lame of me.
Yeah, you suck.
But I couldn't help but think of all the fucking witch shit I saw growing up. Like witches for a 90s kid was like every now and then they'd pop up and like, here's a new witch comedy. The Craft was like such a fucking key point for people growing up. Gave me all sorts of weird fucking feelings in my pants. This having a little bit of that
magic
vibe,
is real. Look what's happening right now below the equator.
This having that vibe plus the Marvel fucking energy plus the like as serious as a witch's tone could be, it was impossible not to be fucking excited.
Yeah, I mean the cast, everything about it was juicy. What's another one that caught your eye?
So another one, just because I have a little cheap.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna look over yours. A big one for me, just because I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it over the top with like how obvious I am.
Yeah,
bro. The best ass in all of cinema
Chris Evans
is in a children's cartoon, and it's incredible. The Incredibles 3?
Incredibles 3.
Listen, there are some people who are dumb and don't love Incredibles 2, but it is impossible not to acknowledge that the first Incredibles was the best Fantastic Four movie to date. Like, it scratched an itch 20 years in the making. All respect given to the original Fantastic Four movie. There is just, in this day and age, when we've had so much superhero shit that has been good, medium, or bad, a chance to see what the next installment of Incredibles has to say, fucking sign me up, man. Because there's still emo girls, there's still fast-talking, annoying brothers, there's still dads trying to hold their family together despite the fact they can move planets, and there's also fat-ass moms just waiting to put on the spandex one more time. Elastigirl for fucking president, bro.
Yeah, you know, look, I think no. I'm super excited.
Oh my god, I was gonna walk off of our show.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in the story that they are planning to tell.
About it?
A little bit.
Really? Are you one of these fucking people that was like the second one was such a drop off?
No, not at all.
Because the second one isn't the first one, but like that's normally.
Well, look, I mean, when you're talking about an adaptation of a comic book, right? Comic books are evergreen, right? You can love a title. And again, first and foremost, this is a comic book.
This is getting very like.
So if you love a title, and you're like, oh, did you see this March's fucking copy of Action? 572. Oh, it was amazing. It was fire. It was this. It was that. And then the next month's issue, or 2 weeks later, if they're twice a month, I'm like, not a great issue. Did you see the X-ray specs? Add it back, that was fucking crazy.
All right, fair enough.
But it doesn't cause you to bail.
Ironically, my favorite part is the unknown moment. Like, there is something exciting, just like, because Incredibles, literally all they had to do to pop that crowd was put up it wasn't even a Incredibles 3 logo. It wasn't like they split the line. It was just the classic Incredibles logo. And people were like,
oh, yeah.
It is a.
They filmed. They fucking filmed. They filled rather. That would have been funny 5 seconds ago. Rewind and just go.
Yeah, just pretend
over this. And go. They filled the popcorn bucket. I'll say that.
Ooh, other than Toy Story, yeah. I think Incredibles is the biggest, the most like. Toy Story got that sort of pop.
Pixar has been doing certain different things, some better than others.
Yeah.
But this is like a real fucking return
to
form, so to speak.
It's kind of funny because the Marvel of it all and the Pixar of it all have similar trajectories. There was a little while where Pixar was fucking deniable.
Pixar could not miss.
If you didn't like a Pixar project, you were like even when Cars came out, people were like, you just don't get it. Like there must be some hidden level. And
100%.
Cars was their like sellout franchise where they were like, we're gonna do cars, we're gonna do fucking planes, we're gonna do sequels. The fact that
bicycles coming out this spring.
Yeah, exactly. Again, for me, this is all about that perfect time of development where it's going to be years before we see it, but now I get to see news, I get to see character designs. It's just an exciting time for me.
Yeah,
I don't really have anything else like that in animation, really. As far as like that goes, like something that just because I'm a big fan of, I like movies of different ilks. So it's nice having something to look forward to.
Yeah, no, you're
in that category.
Well, what's ironic is that for fucking Incredibles was again the best Fantastic Four adaptation that we'd seen in a long time, but obviously renamed and it looked different and blah blah blah. But we have coming to the screen what arguably is maybe the singular best Fantastic Four that we've ever fucking gotten. Similar
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
No, you got a bug on. I got it. Not a problem. No, we're getting this new Fantastic Four flick with the Mandalorian, with Homeboy from the Upside Down just playing Metallica like it's going out of style.
We got my boy from the Bear.
We have indeed we do. We have an awesome cast. They've put it in the same time frame as The Incredibles, which I think is proper. Feels correct.
I feel like they checked the playbook and like, what have we tried?
Yeah.
We've tried a Latina Sue Storm. Let's not try that again.
Do we want to
Latino Reed Richards? We're gonna keep a spick in this because frankly we
elevate
elevate.
to gender swap, but not in the way you think. Silver Surfer. Yes. But that's also not what we're talking about.
Silver boobs, baby. Silver boobs.
So yeah, again, we got the Fantastic Four, and look, yeah, we've got bits and pieces. It didn't surprise anybody. We knew we were coming, but honestly, Charlie, the fucking extended cast is doing me a favor. Did you even know Malkovich was in this movie?
No.
Yeah, no, me either.
Oh, please, somebody's playing Mole Man.
We're also getting and this we knew. We're getting Shia LaBeouf, Julia Garner from Ozark, who's the best version of Justin Timberlake that we've ever seen ever. She's just
Google it if you don't get
just that. Adorable. Who else? Ralph Ineson, Paul Walker Hauser, like you said, Natasha Lyonne, who's I don't know where that gravelly voiced chick is gonna fit in there, but I don't really care. Like I said, it's got that 60s Mad Men type aesthetic. Except that these are science minds and whatnot.
Is it fun?
Also, we're getting the best, in my opinion, the best and most interesting iterations of usage of the Fantastic Four's powers. You know, because at the end of the day, the power schemes that are the most interesting, at least in the, kind of simplistic view, is obviously Human Torch and Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
Fire guy and Smash thing guy.
Punchy guy.
Literally fucking Smash thing.
I don't like what he said about that nice mutant lady in Deadpool. Oh, it's a different Johnny Storm?
Yeah, you get that. And he was also not wrong.
It's not wrong.
He was not wrong.
She never washed her hands.
But yeah. So we're getting Fantastic Four July 25th.
That's fucking weird that that puts like the nervous energy in my belly is like, oh, just because I feel like
the countdown is real, man.
Just because the workaround for Fantastic Four for me is the best way to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because the Fantastic Four cannot be special unless they're early. Like it is it would have been so fucking weird to be like this new family went to fucking space. Like Iron Man's running around and Spider-Man's running.
Like
the city's already fucking full.
They went to space where the giant worms came from that we've seen already. The fucking snap
the Guardians guy. All they do is hang out in space.
Come on.
However, if you tell me you have the Fantastic Four who are going to get a movie, I'm assuming that it's going to get to be everything I want it to be. They're the first family of fucking Marvel. They'll get to be this big deal in their universe, and then you get to see them interact in Secret War, and they're all shucking it with their fucking pops and their fucking bright blue and yellow, blue and white costumes, and then you get to see what happens when the first family ain't, or what about they got if Secret War resets it's like, oh, this history we don't see.
Only the first family, if they're the first family,
and I hate to be so fucking boring.
Yeah,
there's some shit that just feels right, and there's other shit that just feels
like
wrong.
When they don't have Superman as being the first superpowered being,
or he has his
in
panties
a DC
on.
world.
I don't like it. Now, Fantastic Four is something I don't really have a dog in that fight.
You're
like
crazy.
I've
get
never,
on the sucker, please.
I've never like rooted against them, but like when there was that whole drama with Marvel being like, we're not going to use the X-Men or the Fantastic Four in our comics, like that didn't make me not want to buy comics. Like Ben running around as he had a little T on his belt because he was just the thing. You know what character since day one I've hated? I hated their comic book introduction. I was indifferent to their cinema introduction, and all it took was the D23 panel for me to be like, all right, I'm going to let you cook. Let's fucking go. Ironheart might be the surprise. It's been in developmental hell for allegedly it's been done for multiple years.
Really?
Yeah, that shit was supposed to be like fucking 23. It was supposed to be like early 23. It was supposed to be out.
So when did we see her?
She was in Wakanda. She was in Wakanda Forever. Black Panther 2.
And how long ago was that?
A few years now. I can look it up, but Wakanda Forever is like pandemic
It's
era.
been a minute. And
Regardless,
not for anything, she's a young woman.
Yeah.
So she's like now like a woman.
Yeah, you know what's great about certain people is they are able to maintain their youth, and I saw her on the panel. She looked young.
Fuck you mean some people?
I mean, like not us.
Bro. No, you're out. You're out. So USComics will be looking for a new
22.
co-host.
22 Black Panther 2 came out.
All right, that's not bad.
So it's supposed to be the next year. It's going to be, but it's next year.
Next year from
So
now.
yeah. So it's like it's still a few years,
Yeah, it could've been a
but it's
time
been done. They've been done with the fucking show. With that being said, man, it just looks like part of what they were waiting on was for the tone to shift back, because this is not necessarily going to be on the very, very lighter side of stuff. I don't think it's going to go as dark as Daredevil, nor do I think it probably should. We got the hood in it. Looks very, very fucking interesting. The suits I saw are a return to that style of robotic suit that looks tangible. It's not nanotech. Part of the way that
fuck nanotech.
Part of the way, absolutely.
Sincerely.
Part of the way that allegedly they fund the suit is through like crime, like criminal enterprise will lead to this, and it might be a rob from the rich to give to themselves, sort of thing.
Williams could be so fucking interesting, and the fact that she was shoehorned into that, like, you know, unenthusiastic is the term that I'm going to use. Iteration, installment of Black Panther. Obviously, tragically, it came after we lost the titular true star of it that really made that shit go. But I think you run into a problem when they throw a character at you and immediately just expect you, like, love this, not even a secondary character, like a third level character in a fucking story. Love them so much that when their solo series comes out, you're going to be all the way invested. Nah, son, it doesn't work.
Do you know what I think the mistake was?
I'm not going to care just because you say, now you should care, because if you don't, it's on you. It's not on me, it's on you.
Do you remember when Coulson was introduced in Avengers and then he's killed by Loki?
Yes.
And then they were like, we're doing a S.H.I.E.L.D. show with Coulson. And people were like, what? That's almost what they should have done with Riri. Like, introduce her, you could show that proto suit. You could even get her to Wakanda. What I think the mistake was in Wakanda Forever was them being like, time to fucking see a version of Ironheart proper. Go fuck yourself. I don't think we needed it. You could have gotten away with introducing her and then allowing her in her series to be fleshed out, because that's a tease. Like, they should have teased us with Ironheart, because, again, I'm not the only one who read that comic and was like, stop trying to fucking throw this in my face. She's not the new Iron Man. Go fuck yourself. And I think what really interested me about the panel and them talking about it, this seems like one of the first times they're adapting a character from the comics that didn't get over. And they've seen what did not work with the comic book version, and they're able to slightly course correct.
I mean, and again, it's interesting because obviously these are female characters, but I think you're right, because Miss Marvel absolutely did go over. She was insanely popular. And then they were like, okay, so what we're going to do is change her powers and it'll be great. No, it won't be great. They should follow suit like they did the comics all the way, have her powers be accurate, and then fucking kill her.
Yeah, I think that was like a weird time where Marvel felt pressured into like almost nerfing her. Be like, fuck you doing, man? Brie Larson looks like Brie Larson because I think she is a superhero. Like, let's stop being dicks.
Brie Larson is a superhero.
Brie Larson has parts that are certainly...
Her superpower is not giving a fuck what you dumb neckbeards have to say about it.
I love
Charlie,
her.
I am interested because I
Give me a second. I need to think about Brie Larson. Go on.
Later, after the show.
Yeah.
It's a long drive home. I'm interested in your take for this because I know you're not a huge fan of the franchise. But
Monster Jam.
They're going, not Monster Jam, precisely. Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
So obviously, most recently we had. Now, this is not the Avatar you're thinking of, the fucking bonkers TV show, which is undeniable. But the fish people, the blue Smurfs, Native Americans, that James Cameron was talking about.
I feel like you might be in trouble for that comparison, even though it was accurate.
You know what? If you wanna point a finger at me, tell me where I'm wrong. What part of that sentence was inaccurate?
Tell him when he's telling lies. You go in the Brie Larson attack.
Oh yeah.
You wear a fucking super low cut dress to an award show,
and I'm going to work out every fucking day. So you will be intimidated to tell me I'm wrong.
It's true.
But yeah, so I enjoyed the first.
Yeah.
Did not enjoy quite as much the second.
Yeah.
But this looks interesting to me. Now, are you in a place where they can do almost nothing to reinvigorate your interest?
Correct. There is
Really?
there is a certain enthusiasm for some shit I don't like.
A zest for life, as it
that winds up frustrating me to my bitter fucking core. This, oh my god, look how amazing this looks. It doesn't matter that the stories are fucking derivative. It doesn't matter that it's not original. We swear to God, this is important.
There's no such thing as original.
It is of course not.
We can put that aside.
Of course not. They should fucking stop pretending like they're bringing fire to the masses.
Now,
and there is a certain pretension. James Cameron is annoying as fuck. There's just something about coming across like a dishonest love. I just spoke about, and this is a little bit off the beaten path, but I'll get right back on it. I was just talking to you the other day about M. Night Shyamalan, and someone did a review of his newest movie, and they said M. Night Shyamalan's superpower and his weakness is that he basically keeps making student films with high budgets. The concept is fucking great. He films them enthusiastically as fuck, and by the third act, he's bored and wants to do his next one. So it like always kind of falls flat most of the time. That sort of enthusiasm that M. Night has, I find endearing. When he talks about a fucking movie, I go like, even if I don't like the movie, M. Night seems like a dude I would want to talk about film with.
Yeah,
not everyone's
but
gonna
you're not buying a ticket to talk about a film. You're talking about it. You buy a ticket to watch it.
Basically, yeah. But
no, not basically, exactly.
In M. Night's case, I'm buying the ticket to be able to participate in the conversation. I don't want to fucking talk to James Cameron about his fucking monkey movie. I don't want to do it. I don't think they're as visually impressive as he does.
You're threatening me with getting cancer.
Yeah, touche. I was talking about the monkey people from Earth Girls Are Easy. There is something about his impossible to quell need for, like, I swear to God, these movies are
you can now just again just to force it back onto the road.
Yes.
So you're saying that fucking Cameron's enthusiasm for Avatar doesn't match M. Night Shyamalan's enthusiasm for like one-off?
It does, but it bugs me.
So on one hand, you like it.
Yeah.
So I'm
a hypocrite.
You're just like, oh no, I'm a hypocrite. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, it's in the.
And also, I think you actually hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
M. Night does it for like, our beach turns us old. Oh, now it's this fucking evil concert guy. It's different shit, at least. I'm over this fucking Avatar
so
talk.
You're like just like one flavor on the menu, like, no, don't like it.
Do you remember when people were such mouth breathers with the first Avatar?
Yeah,
they were like, I want to kill myself because I can't live in Avatar world. Those people are the least frustrating fans of the Avatar series.
I mean, you're just talking about fans.
Fuck those movies.
I would argue that
fuck Jim Cameron.
Those are also wrestling fans.
Whoa! How dare you?
I'm gonna go ahead.
Did you see AEW this week? It was really good. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and discredit your hatred in 2 words and put everybody immediately back on track, away from your nonsense.
I like my nonsense.
Well, you know what? I like Zoe Saldana better. So I am still gonna see it, regardless of Charlie's
wait.
nonsense.
Zoe Saldana is still the model for the monkey Zoe Saldana? Like with the
you're double down canceled. What else was interesting for you?
Fair enough. Star Wars. We mentioned it a little bit before. How the fuck are we not talking about the second and final season of Andor? Andor made Star Wars delightful. Only second.
Oh, wow.
The first one was It
felt like it was more.
Well, because Andor felt like the first season of Andor felt like 2 different shows. Felt like a setup show, and then it felt like this military complex. It let us really feel what the Empire was about.
I know. I watched it.
I'm telling the people at home, that was the most like raw and just delightful version of Star Wars for me. Like, I still stand by the fact Mandalorian is why I fucking love Star Wars. Andor is why I respect Star Wars. When people talk about like, no, there's more to it than just the little robot, I'm like, oh shit, I can point to Andor and not feel like a dickhead for like being so invested in that world.
Right. I mean, did the movie, the fucking
Rogue One, one of my absolute favorite Star Wars
but
movies.
that obviously predated it, so to speak. So that didn't get you there. You needed Andor.
I needed more. I needed like 10 more hours.
He's like, that was pretty good, but give me more.
Yeah.
Give me long.
You know how I just said I'm mad at Jim Cameron because he keeps talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
It's not a thing I like, but Andor is a thing I like. So I also kind of feel really like, I feel like a safety blanket's been thrown over me because they're like the second and final season of Andor. We have a very specific story we want to tell. We're going to finish telling it. Then we're going to fuck off. And there's something comforting about that because I don't think Andor needs 10 seasons in a movie.
Well, but also
another movie.
They were doing things within the show where people were like, I don't want this type of episode. I want that.
Yeah, but they're dicks. It's wrong.
But my point is that's going someplace. So yeah, sure, we might not get Andor season 3, but things that are established within the show are certainly taking us someplace. Like we are on a fucking road that's going we don't know where.
Yeah.
So I would argue that in kind of the same way that sure, we're not going to get a looking backwards. No, we're not going to get a fucking WandaVision season 2, but here we are now with Agatha. You know what I mean? So there very well is likely going to be that type of transition from one thing.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, fucking that's right. Almost the same way that not quite a live action version, but a differently animated version of The Lion King came our way. Oh, kid, now they're coming to us with the bad guys version.
We finally learned a name.
Oh my God. We did learn the name. So we've got the quote unquote live action version. Not version, but
it is very stupid.
It's actually the only version. So at least we don't have that transition to worry about. But Mufasa.
Say it again.
Mufasa.
I was ready for that joke the whole show.
That makes me a little sad.
I take the joy I can get.
But look, I mean, this is, and I realized that once again I was in the minority because I was watching the computer animated. That's probably the better way to say it. Version of Lion King. I'm like, fucking great.
Oh
it's fucking great. But
dude, Seth Rogen was in it.
No, but here's the worst shit that people could throw at it. Like, yeah, we already know this story. You didn't know that story before. It's Hamlet. You stupids. And yeah, I know most of you are children, but that's not an excuse. I'm gonna say something to you that your parents won't because
I love the
they
idea.
let you take participation trophies.
I don't know why
it's Hamlet.
I don't know why this happened in my head, but adult you right now, got in the DeLorean. You didn't fix our lives.
No.
You didn't spend one more day with Dad. You went to a little kid version of a friend of yours.
He appreciated it.
And you were like, "You listen here, Ronnie, you son of a bitch."
That's right. Someone's got to learn. No. He's got to learn. He's got to learn today.
You in a bathtub crying.
Oh my God. Buddy, we don't want to talk about you in the bathtub crying.
Hey, don't talk about fucking Freddy Krueger on this show. Or shave your mustache on this show.
Anyone who didn't see it for one reason or another, we get the trailer for Mufasa.
Say it again.
Mufasa is an orphaned cub in an unknown land. There he meets fellow lion Taka, a prince who becomes like a brother to Mufasa. While the two may seem to have an unbreakable bond, there's a big problem. Taka will grow up to be Scar. So did these two grow apart? Did Mufasa actually usurp Scar's throne? And will these CG lions at least be more expressive, boo, than the 2019 Lion King remake? So once again,
whoever wrote that article
is an issue.
Douchebag.
I mean, also as well as, I don't think that's a legitimate question because, like, we are making old guys young, and like, you know, the stuff that we're doing. It's a little sad because when you look back at what they did to poor Princess Leia and her very robotic fucking computer adaptation.
That wasn't as mean as when we threw her in space and had her use the Force to survive.
I mean, that was at least more realistic than what we got, the claymation version of Princess Leia. Charlie, I am
Celebrity Deathmatch.
I'm
Princess
crazy.
Leia.
I'm great versus who? Take this home now. Who?
Agatha.
Finish it. I hate you. I'm very surprisingly enthusiastic about this movie coming up. I want to know.
Great.
I want to know the story, right? So we're gonna feed into that. Man, we knew the story before. We don't know the story. We don't know where they're going. I love the fact that when he's like, "I should have been king," he's right. He is right.
Oh,
Jeremy Lyons,
Christ.
Jeremy
Agreeing with the older brother again.
Look,
older brothers are always evil.
Number one for a reason.
One day you're going to convince Jameson to run away from home because you're going to blame him for my death.
The
you're going to dug your stupid little
number one kids are so great that their parents are like, you know what? This little guy is so awesome. Let's have another one. We can't miss.
But I get to be king.
Jameson,
not all that the light shines on.
You murder me in my sleep.
I've got almost inevitable.
I think we all know.
I don't want to end on a sour note, but someone needs to sit Dwayne Johnson the fuck down, because for Moana 2, which whatever,
isn't that his new tequila?
I think it might be. Moana 2, let's say I'm fine with existing. Like, I'll see Moana 2 in theaters. I thought that first one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was beautiful. I love the music. I don't think Lin-Manuel's back for Moana 2, which is a fucking shame. I know he's doing other Disney products. It seems like just fucking do both, bro. You don't like paychecks? But Dwayne...
You don't need sleep.
Dwayne did a traditional Hawaiian dance for the people at D23, and then later came back with nothing but pyros and was like, I'm starting Monster Jam. Who the fuck wants a Monster Jam movie? If you told me Dwayne Johnson and then Jason Statham came out, like, we're buddies again from Monster, maybe. But John, Monster Jam? Shouldn't that just be a Cars spinoff? Like, the fucking monster trucks are alive? What the fuck are they going to do with Monster Jam?
I mean, I don't know. It seems a little peculiar that in a period of time where, yeah, sure, you have the same stars in certain projects, where you're like, okay, so one is going to be incredibly exciting and everyone's looking forward to, and one people can say, come again? Say what? Huh? Read that. It is interesting, especially again when the truth of the matter is that Dwayne Johnson's in place. The Rock, if you nasty, well, he really would be appreciative, I'm sure, of a big hit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put these out so close together or even promote them in the same thing. Look, we get 2 D23s a year at this point, don't we? Really, this was the time where we only available to cover his airfare, one way.
The notion,
I don't understand.
I just
Moana 2 is enough. It's enough to talk about.
I just love the idea that, like, the face of sport touring shows is about to change. Dwayne Johnson, because the problem is monster trucks.
Like, this episode of Ballers looks really, really weird.
Up close, a monster truck is the silliest, dopiest, sissiest shit ever, because it's like,
I don't know about that. Slow down with that sissy shit. I'm not trying to have the Gravedigger drive over here.
Yeah, but the Gravedigger is so cool from 40 feet away. Up close, you see that it's like
a mural.
It's a foam like skull, and it's been like repaired a few times. And John, they go around
and hate mail over to Charlie at don't know shit.
I just don't think Monster Jam is gonna do for the sport Monster Jam what Days of Thunder tried to do for NASCAR.
I don't know, but let me ask you. I mean, we jumped over it. Do you have any juice for Moana 2?
You know, my problem is Moana 2 ends.
I know several of them.
The Moana 2 ends with the easiest sequel bait.
It's a definitive, though, chapter closer.
They perfectly close the chapter, and then the only room that's open is like, now we're going to travel again. But, like, I was happier.
I want to know what's happening with that chicken.
I don't give a fuck what's happening with that poor chicken and pig. So, like, the idea of the trailer hurt my desire for Moana 2 more than anything else.
Really?
Because in the trailer, they're like, there's another legend. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Charlie, there are more than one
I
legend.
understand that, but also they're like traveling anyway. Shit can happen. And then they brought back the fucking bad guys and the stupid little man. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm gonna say none of this.
Strong opinion.
From
a strong man.
I think part of the problem too was I was having such a feast at D23 that these two things popped up, and I'm like, "Shut up, Rock! You work for the wrong wrestling company."
Yeah, this is D23. We don't need room for any stupid cartoons.
Hey! That's not what I said.
It's an interesting take.
It's what I meant.
All I know is Moana's growing up to be a strong, really secure woman.
I will
clearly
say,
hitting the gym.
Can I tell you?
Got jacked.
Can I tell you some shit that the weirdest thought I had with D23 though?
I don't know that I want it. But
there were enough surprises with like what they showed that part of me started getting a sinking feeling they were going to do Coco 2, which I don't want because like Coco 2 is a perfect beginning, middle, end.
No.
So they kept like every now and then something Spanishy would show up, and I'm like, oh no!
Please be in contest.
So I think
please be in contest.
I think that's fine. My third favorite thing about D23 is like no Coco 2 in sight. So again, I'm not trying to tempt them.
The kid's really got that weight loss thing serious. He's like, no Coco though. I'm like, come on, man.
I mean, fucking D23. Considering that when I first started looking at you, I'm like, who gives a fuck? And immediately was like, the X-Men, new season of the cartoon. There was so much shit we didn't even touch upon.
I appreciate the fact that you are so willing to admit, like, oh no, I don't know shit. This is great. Let's just roll on, baby. Roll on.
Who would think was basically
So overall, D23, would you say that's your final thought, that you walked in not expecting Stugatz and walked out the door just like filled to the gills?
And 98% of it, I left with like fucking Mickey ears on. Yeah. I have a season pass now to Disneyland. Nice. It was one of those things that if it was a timeshare, I would buy 2 weeks a year.
Yeah,
like,
you'd be.
I'm fucking in.
Ironically, Disney does have a timeshare. The Disney vacations.
All right,
I'll send you a link.
Wait, no. Goofy.
So. Yeah, no, I had a similar but slightly different experience for it.
Because you didn't walk in the room like,
no,
fuck Disney.
No. I walked in with the, I dare you to make me care about any of your current and upcoming installments.
And then Murdoch hit you with a baton?
Basically that's exactly right. I have been hurt. I have been touched inappropriately by someone in a goofy costume, though not on the premises. Granted, I was in Pennsylvania, so I should have probably known better. But yeah, no, there were multiple, though not all. There were still some like, no, that's disposable as far as I'm concerned. But I have no shame in my game, as I mentioned before. So I'm sincerely looking forward to this next kind of crop of Disney fare. I'm well over the like, oh, Disney owns this, Disney owns that, the Disneyfication, blah blah blah. They've shown that they could put out adult stuff. They've shown that they could put out G stuff that's like still interesting to whomever. So I'm really into it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, I think one thing that Disney does really well is they like manage to pay all their bills. So before we head home, we were brought to you today by one of our absolute favorite bands. You're about to hear them in the exit of the show. That, of course, is Bad Mary. If you're wondering where you can catch their act, you can follow them at Bad Mary Band across all social media platforms. Support them over on patreon.com/Bad Mary Band. You can stay up to date. BadMary.com for merch and upcoming performances. My favorite part, their entire discography is available across every music streaming service. You can, right now, just listen to a bunch of albums, including their brand new one, Betterer Days, where they kind of remastered and hit the studio again for Better Days.
Also, as well as you can stop playing footsies with me. What the hell is the matter
with your older brother?
Spread out all over the place like a goddamn octopus on land. Also, as well as when you're listening to the dopest fucking band to do their thing, you can also go ahead and watch some dope streaming goodness. Our boy Sergeant Finesse doing his thing, streaming, gaming on Facebook, but also as well as on kick.com. The Sarge does it right. Cannot forget the fella over on Twitch as well, Jokers_stream_ Fortnite streamer who just does amazing things, and he does it often while cosplaying as well. Absolutely awesome, guys, to kill some time, get a couple of yucks in there while you're at it. And also there's us. You can factor that shit in.
That's
once
true.
a week. We're coming at you with some new stuff. talking gibberish week in and week out.
Almost every Thursday will be the plan going forward. But if you want to see this beautiful man sing and dance for you a little bit, you can catch Newsies this weekend as it wraps up its run. You can catch me at Tropicon, the biggest party of Long Island's summer. We're doing cash. We're doing raffles. There's plenty of shit you can buy. So do that. Give us money. If you're not going to go, just send me money. That's a great way to do it. Before we hit Bad Mary to wrap up the show, John, I'm going to tell the beautiful people how we end each show. I'm going to remind them to hit that like button, hit that share button. But, John, show them what I'm going to tell them, because step one, turn the power on. Then you turn the volume up, then you tune Bad Mary and open up the window wide and scream out. It's that beautiful night sky. Save the space girl. We out.
Meaning, your planet is rushing madly toward the Earth from which we came. The collision can mean only the destruction of both. There will be no...
The windows are boarded up. Outside the burned out truck. The siren